Hello to you. I just wanted to come on here and make a video straight from my heart out to you into the world. I keep hearing these messages of start with why, find your reasons. I've been watching a lot of Think Media videos, Sean Cannell videos. You should check those out. I'll link those in the description below. They've been inspiring me a lot, motivating me. And the book by Simon Sinek. I haven't read the book, but the title of the book alone, Start With Why. And I have watched his videos, the TED Talk from like 10 years ago that has 10 million views on it or something. I watched a bunch of his videos. So the concept is start with why, find your reasons. Why are you doing anything? So my name is Edmond Aggabao. I think that's how you pronounce my last name. I'm going to try to make my story short, but I want to get through a lot of things. So I studied music in college. I never figured out what I wanted to do with it till this day, and I graduated in 2006. I eventually studied video game sound design. Never really got traction with that. So I got my first office job in 2007, December 2007. And since then, I've had office job after office job after office job until December 2019. I don't mean to knock office jobs, because you gotta do what you gotta do to feed your kids, to feed your family, to put food on the table, to earn money. I get that, I understand that, and I respect that. But there might be a point where you say to yourself, this is not for me. I had a string of office jobs, and April 2017 I got a job at a lumber yard, and I actually liked that job, but I liked it for the wrong reasons. I liked it because it was chill and I was left alone for the most part, and I could just do my job with minimal disturbance, and I liked that. And I could easily see myself at that job until retirement, because there was a lady at that job who'd been there for 30 years, one lady had been there for like 15, one lady almost 10. So I could see myself retiring, like this is a chill job. I could work my hours, get my benefits, have nights and weekends off, live a good fulfilled life until retirement. And those ladies are doing that, and I respect them. They are mothers, they are grandmothers, they're great women, they're powerful women. But there's just something in me that says that path is not for me. I was ready to retire at that job. And then in December 2019, because I've accumulated a lot of credit card debt and student loan debt over the years, so I got a second job. So I was working full-time at the lumber yard and then working part-time at an Amazon warehouse. Side note, I have had back problems for the past like 10 plus years. So that's a whole nother story. But so I was working two jobs, and I think the stress got to me or something, I don't know. But my supervisor at the time at the lumber yard was giving me flack. This was December 2019. And I understand you need to respect your supervisors. You need to respect your leaders. But there's a difference between respecting them and just being a pushover. So I'm very shy. I'm extremely shy, introverted, non-confrontational. But he was giving me flack for a mistake that he did. So it's one of those things where, and tell me if you've experienced this before, when someone in power made a mistake and he wants to throw the blame around because it's like, it wasn't my fault, it's one of my workers' fault, one of my employees' fault. So he was trying to blame me for a mistake that he did, and he was being extremely rude, extremely condescending. Like I said, I'm very non-confrontational, but in that moment I just impulsively talked back. And in that moment, I refused to be spoken down to condescendingly and spoken to rudely. So it's been a while. It's been almost a year, but I think my exact words were, you know what? You don't get to talk to me like that. I don't give a shit. And I hung up the phone. I was fired immediately. Of course, because you don't talk to your leaders like that. And it shook me. I was super depressed for a while, and you get this kind of identity crisis after that, because like that was my job. This was so unexpected. I was supposed to be there till retirement, and all of a sudden I'm out of a job, I'm out of income, and I just got fired. I've never had a problem with that supervisor before, and all of a sudden he's just yelling at me. And in that moment, I just refused to take it. I refused. And that's one piece of advice that I could give to you, to all of you, anyone watching this, reading the subtitles, listening to this. Don't let anyone speak down to you, no matter who they are. Don't let anyone speak condescendingly to you, rude to you. Don't let anyone make you feel like you are less worthy than you truly are. Don't let anyone make you feel like you deserve less than what you deserve. That's one piece of advice in this probably long video. So I was depressed for a while, and I didn't really know what to do. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was in a dark place. But lately, like I mentioned, I've been watching Think Media videos, Sean Cannell videos, watching inspirational people like Eileen Shu Lavender, Matt Diavella on minimalism, Sunny Lenarduzzi on building a brand, a business, income, impact. These are all similar concepts that Sean Cannell, Think Media, video influencers. So going back to getting fired, it shook me for a while. But I think there's a saying that goes, thank you for firing me. Because it took me a few months, but lately I've been thinking, you know, I don't want that life. That's fine for life. For people who want that kind of life, they like the consistency of the life. They like the nights and weekends off. They like that they can clock in, clock out, and be able to feed their kids, put food on the table, earn money. That works for a lot of people. But I just started to realize, like, that's not my path. I don't want that path. And here's another tip. I mean, find your path. The path that you're on right now, if you're unhappy, if it's not necessarily the path that you want to be on, you can make the changes. You can make the changes. You can make excuses, but throw all those excuses away, because you are in control of your life. You can make the changes. You can pursue whatever you want in life. So lately I've been developing this dream, this vision. I want to build something. I want to be creative. I want to be creative and make an impact on the world. That's embarrassing. I want to be creative and make an impact on the world while building an income. And it's possible. You just got to put in the work, put your mind to it. I saw a live stream with, I forgot his name, I'm sorry, but I think his channel is Keto Camp. And one of his tips was there are two types of people in your life, chargers and drainers. And chargers are the people who charge up your life. They inspire you, they push you, they support you. And there's drainers who are naysayers or doubters. They complain and they tell you, like, don't pursue your dreams, don't do this, like, what's the point, be practical or whatever. His point was to avoid the drainers and keep the chargers around in your life. One of my dreams right now is to buy a Canon M50 camera, because that's what they talk about on Think Media a lot. It's the recommended camera for beginner YouTubers or people who want to get into learning how to make quality videos. So that's kind of my dream, but I don't have an income right now. So I'm not working. So it's obviously that's going to be difficult. And also I have a lot of debt that I need to work through. So, and another one of their messages is to start with what you have. You don't need a Canon M50. You don't need a fancy camera. In fact, right now I'm using a Canon SX40HS, which is like a almost 10-year-old camera from Canon, and it's fine. Or hopefully it's fine. It shoots 1080p. I'm using it to record right now, so hopefully the quality is okay. Cross fingers. But I'm using that to record. And so their message is start with what you have, and start with your smartphone if you have it. And I do have a smartphone, and I also have this Canon SX40HS that I'm using to record this video. There are things to up the quality of your videos. You know, I've been purchasing small tripods and small accessories, and some people around me, they're like, they don't share the vision that I have, and they make fun of me. They're like, you're buying all this stuff and you're not even making an income with whatever you're filming, whatever videos you're making. That's a drainer. That's a drainer. You know what I did? I kicked them to the curb. I rolled them into a ball and I kickballed them over the fence. They don't share my vision. They just make fun of me. They don't understand that I'm trying to build something. Keep in mind, this is small stuff, small accessories, small tripods for the phone, a phone holder, cheap lighting, a cheap microphone, things to just up the quality of my videos. And they just make fun of me like, you're buying all this stuff and you're not even making money. You need to surround yourself with people who share your vision and share what you're trying to build. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be soon. It's going to take a while. It's going to take time. But you need to surround yourself with people who will support you. This is my vision right now, my dream. I already mentioned it, but I'll say it again because you should say it. Say it and write it down as much as you want and as many times as you can. I want to do something creative. I want to be creative and make an impact on the world and build an income that way. And that's important because, like Sean Cannell and Think Media says, you need money for the mission. If you just have a great message, but you have no money, you're just a homeless guy spouting. Was that insensitive? Sorry. Donate to the homeless. I might be homeless soon. Sean Cannell, Think Media video influencers, their message is influence income, impact. So build your influence. That will lead to income, and that will lead to impact. I'm all over the place here. So back to the title of this video, it's Start with Why and How to Stay Motivated. So what are your reasons for doing what you're doing? My reasons initially were to build something to support my family. You know, my wife is an LVN. She works very hard, very hard. My parents are old and retired. I want to be able to build something and support them. But sometimes your reasons change. Sometimes your why changes. But you have to start with why. Figure out why you're doing what you're doing. Figure out what you want to do and why you're doing it. Here's a tip that goes back to my first tip. And I think this is taken from a quote from 10 Things I Hate About You. But don't let anyone make you think that you don't deserve what you want. I think I botched that quote. But basically, don't let anyone make you think that you don't deserve what you want, because you're capable of working towards your dreams. You are enough. You are more than enough. You just have to put in the work. You have to put your mind to it. Figure out what you want to do. Figure out why you want to do it. Figure out how you're going to do it, and then do it. Just start. Zig Ziglar said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Forget all the doubters, forget all the naysayers, push them out of your life. They might be your closest family members, they might be your closest friends, but if they don't share in your vision, in what you're trying to build, if they don't support you, they don't deserve to be in your life. Because you deserve to be surrounded by good people and great people in your life. That's how I've been staying motivated these days. Figure out what I want to do, figure out why I am doing it, start with why, and figure out how I'm going to do it. Like I said, I respect all the people who work the 9-to-5 jobs, but it's just not the path for me. There are a lot of positives to it, but for me and the lifestyle that I want, there are a lot of negatives. That's a lot of time. You're putting 8, 9+ hours every day in a job, making other people rich. You're not getting rich. You're making other people rich. You're putting in all the hard work. It's a thankless job. You're not necessarily being creative. You're putting 1 to 2 hours plus each way to commute to that job. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of hours that I could be spending with people who I care about most. That's just a big time commitment that I don't want to commit to. Simply, that's not the lifestyle I want. And there's something else out there for me that I'm trying to build, that I have a vision for, that I have a dream for. So start with why, figure out what you want to do, and figure out how to do it. Here's my question for you. What's your favorite Final Fantasy and why is it 7? Final Fantasy 7 is probably my favorite game of all time. I love the remake. It might possibly be my second favorite game of all time. They're unbelievable games. They're great experiences. I love them. I know that has nothing to do with the rest of the video, but I don't know what to tell you. I wanted to talk about Final Fantasy, and I did.